What's up, everybody? Wes Troop here, and I'm back with another NXT reaction for this week. We call it NXT Talk. So we are 1 week away from NXT TakeOver in Brooklyn, and lots and lots of promoting for that event this week. The main things that were actually pretty good this week were actually the talking segments. The matches were all pretty much squash matches. But let's run down what happened anyway, shall we? First off, the night kicked off with William Regal coming out for the contract signing between Sasha Banks, the NXT Women's Champion, of course, the Boss, and Bayley, who's challenging for the title on Saturday. And Bayley said, basically, it was the usual contract signing blabber. Bayley said it's her time. Sasha said Bayley's good, but she's no Sasha Banks. And of course, Sasha brought along her ink stamp. Yes, I love it. So Bayley said, you know, I've seen every single or at least I know of the contract signings for WWE, and I know we're going to fight. But Sasha said, you're not worth my time, sweetheart. And Sasha left the ring. Bayley came and attacked her from behind. Wow, cool. And they're going to fight. So that's basically it. I enjoyed Sasha taunting the Bayley girl in the audience. That girl's cute, but it's asking for it. And she, you know, Sasha's great, so whatever. Interesting. Well, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, so the first match, Tyler Breeze comes out with a Jushin Thunder Liger mask on the bottom of his selfie stick, which was pretty funny. Of course, he's fighting him at TakeOver. He fought a guy who had Ryzen written on the back of his shorts, so we're just gonna call him Ryzen. Terror Ryzen, like Triple H's old name. I don't know. He's stealing his gimmick. Tyler Breeze won in about a minute after the supermodel kick. He put the Liger mask on him and said he's gonna show everybody what they can have, what's gonna be in store, and he gave him the beauty shot and left. Yay. Squash match. And then the Hype Bros and Enzo and Cass beat Jesse Sorensen and 3 other guys. We'll call them the Three Stooges. Why don't they at least say these people's names? It's like, okay, I guess these people don't have names. They don't matter. Oh well. They're enhancement wrestlers, I guess. But yeah, another squash match. Obviously, they win. The 4 of them, the Hype Bros and Enzo and Cass, will be fighting Scott Dawson, Dash Wilder, and Chad Gable and Jason Jordan in an 8-man tag next week, which I guess will be being taped in Brooklyn this weekend. Probably before or after the TakeOver event, I would assume. So that's a match to look forward to next week, I guess. You know, Enzo and Cass and Zack Ryder are going to be over in Brooklyn. Definitely. Samoa Joe bet Steve Cutler in about 30 seconds. And then Joe was walking to the back. Another squash match, by the way. And Baron Corbin came out and gave him the big boot. They brawled around the arena, and Baron gave him the end of days in the ring. Another match for TakeOver. Next Wednesday, the new Bull Dempsey will appear. Well, he comes back, you know, as this new character that was supposed to lose weight. I don't know if he did or not, but we're supposed to believe he did. Blake and Murphy, they beat Angelo Dawkins and Sawyer Fulton. And the crowd was chanting, come on, Murphy, let's go party, I think it was. Or come on, Blakey, let's go party. Alluding to one of them being Barbie Girl. I love it. Anything against those two, I love. The Boring Brothers is what they should be named. Their tag team. Yeah, unfortunately they beat Sawyer Fulton and Angelo Dawkins. I've never been a bigger fan of theirs till tonight. Sawyer Fulton was getting good chance, so I wonder why. And then the Vaudevillains came out and they wanted to speak, and Alexa Bliss came up and slapped him, and then they kept going to speak, and she slapped him again. And ooh, that's pretty bad. That's the best Blake and Murphy pretty much have. Well, you know, they're basically divas as it is, so what does it matter? Maybe they'll be in the Divas Revolution next. They'll be the next ones to come up. They'd probably lose to Charlotte and Becky, though. And definitely Sasha. All right. Also, Carmella versus Eva Marie. Speaking of people I dislike, will be next week. Oh, boy. I can't wait to see Eva Marie beat someone else she shouldn't be beating. All right. Yeah, oh, she should get booed right out of the Brooklyn. I can't wait to hear that, though. That'll be worth it to see. All right. And there will also be a Fatal 4-Way Divas match. Charlotte versus Becky Lynch versus Dana Brooke versus Emma next week. So that should be cool. And then finally, to close the show, Kevin Owens came out with a ladder, and he set it up in the ring, and the crowd started chanting, "Brooklyn sucks." And when he talked about the show in Brooklyn, and he pretty much tore them a new asshole. He said, as far as fans go, they're the John Cena of fans, and said that they cry. This is a monumental thing NXT is doing, their biggest show ever, and they say that they're such NXT fans, but they cry and whine because they're not a part of it. Just stuff like that. It was good. It was a good way to get some heat. Had that been scripted or not, it was good either way. Of course, he talks about how he's going to beat Finn Balor, and Japan was a fluke, and what he did to Sami Zayn is nothing compared to what he's going to do to Finn Balor. And all of a sudden, Finn Balor's music hits, and he appears on the turnbuckle. I guess now he's taken lessons from Undertaker and Kane and Sting of how to appear. He's in the same level as those three, whatever. And he jumps off, Owens jumps off, they fight, Owens runs, and Finn Balor stands tall with the belt on the ladder. Pretty basic stuff there. The match-wise, this show was on par with an old episode of Velocity or Sunday Night Heat. It was stars fighting non-stars. Other than Fulton and Angelo Dawkins are the only people on the actual roster. Everyone else was enhancement wrestlers. Can we please have better wrestling matches on the weekly NXT shows, other than just the main event once in a while? I understand this was the lead-in show to the pay-per-view, but please, it's becoming, it's like on a downward slope every week now, but whatever. I'm sure TakeOver is going to be awesome. I cannot wait to see those matches. So spoiler alert, evidently they taped this show along with 2 or 3 other ones, and I don't know if they did this just to throw people off, but the champions came out with the belts. Sasha Banks came out with the belt, meaning we're supposed to think she beat Bayley, and really giving stuff away, Kevin Owens came out with the NXT title, making us believe he wins the belt against Finn Balor. Yeah, totally different than I would have expected. I expected Finn to keep it and Owens to leave NXT, and I expected Bayley to win and for Sasha to leave NXT, because they're both on the main roster now. But maybe they'll fight for a few more weeks, or Kevin Owens doesn't win the belt, but he takes it from Finn. They didn't say he was the champion, he just came out with the belt. I don't know what happens, but it really threw a knot into what I thought was going to happen. So it should be interesting to see what happens on Saturday. If Kevin Owens wins and Sasha Banks wins, they completely spoiled the pay-per-view. Because those are the 2 main events. So if they both win, I won't be surprised. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? All right, but that's it for this show. And I will see you all at TakeOver.